What is credit? Stay tuned because we're about to cover that right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Mr. Getting It Done. If you're back here watching another video, please consider subscribing, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when I upload more videos like this. And today, we're simply gonna talk about the one and only credit. What is credit, right? Somebody hopped in my DMs on my IG. I appreciate you, young man. Hope you're watching this. About to drop this jewel for you. So, what is credit? Simply put, credit is the ability to go out and borrow money or tap into a product or service, right, with the intent to pay back at a later date. What does that mean? An example of that is like a credit card, right? You go to a major bank or a financial institution and you apply for a credit card and they give you a credit card based on your credit, okay? And they give you, let's say, $1,000. Now, that $1,000 is unsecured. That's what you call unsecured because you didn't have to put up anything for that. You just leverage your credit. So it's uncollateralized. That simply means that there's no exchange. You did not have to give up anything. You did not have to give up cash, and you didn't have to give up any assets in order to obtain that line of credit. So with that being said, right, a credit card is a great example as to how you can obtain credit up front with having to pay it back at a later time. So that's essentially what credit is. Credit is the ability to tap into or borrow, right? Whether you're gonna borrow money or you're gonna tap into an asset or you're gonna tap into a good or a service with the intention to pay it back at a later date. So basically somebody is fronting you something. That's another way of putting it, right? So somebody's fronting you a certain amount of money, right, with the intention that you're gonna pay it back at a later date. So I know I said that a couple of times, but I try to slice that pie a couple of times just so some of you, you know what I mean, just to make sure that it digests properly in the mental. So the next natural question is, why is credit important? So we already know what credit is. So why do you even need credit? Why would we need credit? Why is it important? First off, nowadays in 2022, you can't buy a house without credit, right? You can't go and get auto insurance, you know what I'm saying, without credit. You can't go out and get a credit card, an auto loan. You can't get a mortgage like I just stated, right? They even check your credit when you go out and get a student loan, okay? So now, even now, they're doing credit checks on apartments. So you can't go out and get an apartment without a credit check. So credit is very, very important. You know what I mean? Like, it just opens a lot of doors. And if you learn credit, if you learn how to manage credit, if you learn how to build credit, if you learn how to leverage credit, then this can put you in a position and it can set you up for success. Okay, because credit is king. Credit is what run this world, right? A lot of people say that cash is king. I'm sure you've heard that a multitude of times. However, cash is dead. Okay, if you don't have good, you can't, unless you're extremely wealthy, you cannot go out and pay for everything in cash and not have any credit. Okay, you have to start building credit. So it's very important to start building credit early. And for those of you that are already in the credit space, in terms of parents, or if you're older, you can go ahead and add your kid as an authorized user to your credit card as early as 13. In some cases, as early as 8 years old. So there's no excuse why we shouldn't be adding our children to our credit cards so that we can help build their credit as early as 8 and in some cases 13. So that way when they are 18, they're able to go out and get credit cards and get auto loan and get whatever it is, a student loan if they need it, without you co-signing, right? We got to set our kids up for success. And we have to, in order to do that, we have to know the credit game, and we have to teach them the credit game. We have to teach them how important the credit game is. Like when I was coming up, my mother always told me that, you know, never get a credit card, always pay everything in cash. Well, that's obviously not what makes the world go round. That's the old mentality. So I had to learn that the hard way throughout my life and realize that credit is king, credit is extremely important. Now, we can talk about building credit in depth in another video, but I'm gonna touch on it real quick right here. So whenever you start off, first, if you're a parent, you can add your kid as an authorized user to one of your credit cards. Again, 8 and 13 years old. Get them involved. Let them swipe the credit card. Get them familiar with the transaction. Don't just add them as an authorized user and then put the card in the, you know, in your closet or in your safe and never let them use it. Let them utilize it, right? Oversee them, watch them. And any mistakes that they make or any judgments that may not be the best at that time, that's where you step in, right? That's where your expertise comes in and you explain to them, hey, this is why, blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't have did that. I would have did differently, whatever the case is, right? Get them involved early. Get them involved early and get them involved often, okay? So authorized user is a good way to build credit. Secure credit cards, right? So anybody that's starting off and doesn't have zero credit, maybe you don't have that aunt, uncle, mother, father to go ahead and add you as an authorized user to the credit card, you can go out and get a secure credit card, okay? And that's when you do put up collateral. So you can go to any major bank or credit union, preferably a credit union, right? And put up collateral, which is cash. So you can put up as little as $300, okay? Up to whatever you want. So it's your money, you dictate the limit. So you can go into the financial institution with $300, you give them the cash, and then in turn, they're gonna give you a credit card. That credit card is then gonna have the $300 limit on it, and then you have to use that responsibly. So I don't wanna name drop because I'm not affiliated with any banks, and the more that I mention these banks, the more that they get paid, the more that, you know, the more revenue that they see. And so if you're looking to know these financial institutions, you know what I'm saying, just send me a DM and I'll tell you who it is. But you know, you go out, you get the secure credit card through the financial institution. Once you have that secure credit card, you're gonna use it responsibly for a year, 1 year. After that 1 year, they're gonna send you back that $300 that you fronted, that you put up in the beginning, right? They're gonna send you back, and then they're gonna switch the card from secured to unsecured. So now you're playing with the bank's money, right? So now you sacrificed a year of using your own money to pay this credit card on time and responsibly, and now the bank has entrusted you and has gave you their money to go out and responsibly use. So that's another way to build credit, right? Is to go out and get a secure credit card, or you can go out and do the same exact process that I explained with the secure credit card with a secured loan, okay? You maybe go out, again, you can DM me for the institution, but you can go out and put up, let's say $1,000, right, to the financial institution, and then you just pay that $1,000 back, just like a personal loan. Every month you'll have a payment, boom, 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 until you pay it off. And the benefit of that is that they report that activity to the credit bureaus. The same thing with the personal loan that I just mentioned is the same thing with the secure credit card. The benefit of doing that with a financial institution is that they report that activity to all 3 credit bureaus. So your credit score is gonna go up. So the minute that you get added as an authorized user, or the minute you go out and you get a secure credit card or a secure loan, that's what's gonna generate a credit profile for you. Prior to that, there's no credit profile established for you, okay? So it's very important that you establish a credit profile early as you can, and it's also very important to add depth, okay? And what do I mean by that? So what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that when you first start off, you wanna get at least 5 accounts, okay? That's the magic number. In order to get to a 700 or a 750 and above, and in order for lenders to extend more and more credit to you, they wanna see depth in your profile. They wanna see that you're able to manage several accounts, right, over a long period of time, okay? Preferably 2.5 to 4 years. right? So it's very important that you understand you need a mixture of credit. Maybe you get a credit card, right? A secure credit card. Maybe you get an auto loan, a personal loan, a student loan, a mortgage, right? Like these are all different ways to go out and, you know, get a couple of authorized users, a couple of trade lines, right? These are all ways to go out and add depth to your profile. You need at least 5, right? And once you get to at least 5 and you sustain that over 2.5 to 4 years, boom, you're golden. You can go out, basically start opening doors that you thought were once closed for you. So there you go, my people. I'm not gonna make this video long, but I hope they answered that question for you, my guy. What is credit? And I just gave you the importance of credit and kind of to get started on the steps of building credit, okay? So I'll definitely make another video in terms of, you know, credit building and diving deeper into that, because I know a lot of people, that's like a common question that I get. So stay tuned for that. But I wanted to answer your question in this, my man. I hope that did it. If you have any other questions, drop them in the DMs, drop them in the comments. Let me know what time it is. If you have any questions that you need answered regarding credit, real estate, whatever the case is, leave them in the comment section below. Let me know. I'll make that video addressing that question. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's healthy. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.